Ladies and germs, welcome to Morris Custom Bicycles. Today, we've got kind of a sad story, I suppose, this will impact you more if you've ever had a bicycle stolen. And I've had bikes stolen from me. It's not a fun thing, and probably a lot of you have had bikes stolen. And the interesting thing about this story is that here we have a situation where a bicycle was stolen, but then it was recovered. Check this out. So I've known this customer, I don't know, 6 months or so. He was one of these guys who was able to save his money and went out and bought this bike here. This is a Giant Trance, and he bought it used. It's a few years old. And I think he got a pretty good deal out of it. And, you know, if right now buying used is maybe not a bad way to go because of just how the bike market is. And so used bikes are quite cheap. And so you can get something fairly high end for pretty good deal these days. So anyway, this guy's not exactly flowing with cash. So he was able to save some money and gets his bike so that he can really enjoy the trails. And so after he bought it, he brought it to me just for a general tune-up, and I just kind of made sure everything was working, and, you know, we worked through a few issues here or there, and for not much money, he was able to get this out on the trail. And I think he's only ridden it a few times. And I don't know the exact details of the story, but somehow, I don't know if it was stolen like in front of his house or out of his garage or something of that nature, which is a common way bikes go missing. And when it was stolen, he texted me immediately and said, "Hey, bike's stolen. If you see it come through your shop, please let me know." And I think he just wanted some general advice on what to do, and it sounded like he was doing everything right. If you do get a bike stolen, contacting the local bike shops is a good way to go, because sometimes the thief will sell the bike and then the seller will take it in and get it tuned up, and so you might be able to recover it that way. Anyway, long story longer, this poor guy sees his bike that was stolen from him a few days earlier, and he saw it at some residence somewhere not too far from his house. And so he calls the police, and the police get all the details of his bike, and then the police realize that the guy who's in possession of his bicycle is this famous bike thief, apparently. And they're like, "Oh yeah, we know who this guy is," and but because there's no witness to the crime, there's nothing we can really do other than go over to this guy's house and just ask for the bike back. And so the police were able to recover his bike, and of course the dirtbag thief gets no penalty whatsoever. Which brings me back to this bike. The dirtbag thief, Scheisthead, butt nugget, just mistreats this bike horribly. The things that he did to this bike it confounds me. And so now the poor guy, the poor owner of this bicycle, has not only gotten the bike stolen, but he's recovered it. Haha, yes, great, but it's all damaged now. So, butt nugget, craphead thief, I don't know what he was doing with the rear suspension. I think he was trying to figure out how to dial it in, but it didn't have hardly any air in it. He was riding it with real low air pressure, and it was just constantly bottoming out. It had all sorts of marks, and it was all marred up. And I've actually had to take this poor shock and send it into Fox, and Fox has totally rebuilt it for us here. And so it's all like new now. So that was destroyed. The rear derailleur was all munched and bent up. The chain was folded and bent. And so we've had to replace rear derailleur chain, do a bunch of work there. I'm still going through more issues here. And it's just a tragic story because the a-hole butt nugget craphead thief well, basically just destroys the bike, and there's no penalty to this guy. You know, the craphead thief doesn't, you know, isn't going to pay for this. And so what do? You know, this poor guy saved all his money for this, and this is not exactly something that that he expected as far as an expense on his bike. So, and look what just you know, this is just an example of what this guy did to this bike. I don't know if GoPro's going to pick this up. But the genius here decided he would drill out the rim here because this was drilled for a Presta and he wanted to fit a Schrader in it. So, you know, he took like a 1/2-inch drill bit or something huge. I actually went and got a Schrader valve stem here because these are supposed to be set up tubeless, and of course this just fits right in there. The hole he made through here is so large that even this valve is no good anymore. I don't know if he burped the tire a bunch until, you know, till he just ran out of air and sealant and then didn't understand how this system worked, and so he decided he was going to put a inner tube in it, and of course, you know, the Schrader inner tube he has doesn't fit, so he just took a drill to it. The moron butt nugget craphead also used a screwdriver to remove the tire, and so the rim strip here that's supposed to create the airtight seal has now been compromised, and it's all scuffed up, and there's all these sharp edges everywhere on the rim. I mean, it's just, what a sad story that this poor owner has to incur now. And I want to be, you know, gentle on this guy, you know, but, you know, I have to make a living, and this does take my time, and obviously sending things out to get serviced by Fox isn't cheap. So this is where it is. And the thief, no trouble for him. That's sad. The thief is not going to get in any trouble. What a disaster, you know, so stupid. I just hate bike thieves. Anyway, if you folks have ever had this happen, if you've ever recovered a stolen bike, it'd be interesting to find out how you guys did it. These stories kind of interest me. You can leave in a comment below if you want. But I do appreciate your time, and I appreciate all 6 of you who frequent my channel. If you like this kind of crap, give me a like, and we'll be talking to you folks later.